This is the TD930 from Belphone, digital mobile radio tier 3, and I'm going to review this device. You may have heard from BFDX. This is the domestic name of the company in China. Anyway, Belphone, located in Zhengzhou, China, positions itself as a pioneer in designing of radio communication solutions. And they have more than 30 years of experience in the radio communications industry. And with a manufacturing facility of some 23,000 square meters, a headcount of more than 600 people, Belphone produces more than 1 million radio units per year. Remarkably to say, and something you probably don't know, is that Belphone owns some 40 patents, and the company took the lead in releasing the first and most complete DPMR digital standard trunk communication system. In addition, Belphone is amongst the first to embrace Beidou, the Beidou positioning, and it combines the Beidou positioning with radio communications, delivering two-way radios with positioning and tracking services. Alright. Until recently, Belphone was focused on the Asian market. However, since a few years, the company decided to focus on the international markets as well. The first time I came across Belphone was during the PMR Expo event in Cologne, Germany, back in November 2017. During that show, I can remember that I spoke to Edward Wong about the military-grade communication solutions that the company was offering, including the DMR portfolio. Actually, PMR Expo was not the only event where I've seen Belphone exhibiting. I also noticed Belphone during IWCE in different shows of the last few years, Comms Connect in 2015, but at that time the company was exhibiting under the name BFDX. So, alright, that's enough about the company. Let's dive into what the company has sent to me recently. Recently I was on a short trip to France. I took the radio, the TD930, with me in order to get familiar with it. I wanted to know more about the build quality and how easy it is to use the radio software. And to be honest, in the first place I couldn't get my head around it. It's a DMR tier 3 device, so it's ready to be used for mission critical communications. This means that the build quality should match this high tier standard, as the radio will be used by police organizations, emergency personnel, firemen, amongst others. And it does. The radio feels very rugged and robust. And this is definitely a positive. However, there is something about this radio, and I couldn't get my head around it. However, after using the radio for some time when I was in France, things became much clearer. Actually, it's just a good radio, without any unnecessary software features. Over the years, software development has become increasingly important for many manufacturers in order to stay ahead of the competition. Although the software of this radio meets the requirements of the end users, it does not contain all of the unnecessary smart features. The software menu is simple and easy to navigate, even within the underlying submenu structures. Simple. This radio is designed for voice communications. So, in other words, there is no overflow of unnecessary data capabilities within the software in this radio. Besides the fact that it offers SMS function, including preset SMS message, a special covert mode, a man down mode, and a lone worker mode. So this is a high-tier, high-end digital radio with features such as full duplex calls, pseudo-trunk, IP68 protection, ARC-forward AES-256 encryption, GPS positioning, RFID reader, and a so-called ad hoc function.
Yes, and as I think this ad hoc feature is very important, especially for tactical situations, well, there was my radio, especially for tactical situations, let me explain that to you. So with the ad hoc feature, you create your own bubble, your own network outside of the regular network. So you create your own network with your whole team. For example, when you're driving in a fleet of vehicles through a tunnel, and the tunnel, well, of course, in many cases there is no network, you still have your own network in this ad hoc feature. Or for example, when you're with a SWAT team, you're in the middle of nowhere, and you still want to communicate with people within your team. Now this feature, and that's a great thing about this radio from Bellphone compared to other manufacturers, is that it's still compatible with regular DMR, using 64 hops and 6 hops in linear mode. Alright, that was the ad hoc feature explained. Let's go back to the Netherlands again.
Before going into the physical aspects of the radio, let's talk about SFR dual modes. The TD930 can also function as a single frequency repeater, allocating one time slot to receive and the other to transmit at the same frequency and using DMR mode to further extend radio coverage. So basically, one single device serves two purposes. Okay, let's go to the physical aspects of the radio. If you compare the weight of the radio with other high-tier DMR radios from other manufacturers, for example with the Tate TP9300 or the DP4000E series from Motorola Solutions, the BF-TD930 fits somehow in the middle. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. In other words, it's easy to carry. When I was using the radio over the last 2 weeks, I felt that the grip was really very good. However, the difference in feel regarding the PTT button in relationship to the function buttons just below the PTT button, that's a little bit weird. This is very sleeky, this is a little bit more grippy. I wish that was the other way around, but that's my personal experience. Okay, also the PTT button is very well positioned, just like every other PMR radio, at the top. But I felt little response. When pushing the button, you don't feel any click. When releasing the button, you feel the click. And I wish that was just the other way around. However, that's my personal experience. The keypad of the radio feels good, and the accessory connector feels very rugged. Overall, this radio feels good. And I can imagine that when you're in critical situations, you can rely on the robustness of this radio. You can rely on the voice communications of this radio, as it should be. With the BF-TD930, I think Bellphone created a very sturdy, robust radio, easily suitable for critical situations on a DMR-T3 network. Anyway, I look forward to reviewing other radios from Bellphone. I know there's another radio coming up, so just wait for that review. If you like this video, please give me a like at the bottom of this video. If you have any comments, you can put your comments in the comment section. I would love to review them and to answer them. But for now, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.